can I like somebody? No, I like somebody. And you're now coming to tell me because you like the same person, not trying to advise me.
How will 3 girls be fighting over a man? I mean, have they finished?
Like, how can she allow herself to be insulted?
What would you sell if you're on the show? I just tell wealth, but I don't have to talk about it. There's a difference between being rich and wealthy. You know,
who is your daddy?
My daddy. You don't need to know my daddy.
How can somebody be wearing earring up and down, a man, and he even came to tell us that he's in polygamous
relationship.
Hi guys, welcome to BBNaija Bands by Premium Times. I am Titi Lokpe Fadare. I'm the video producer and editor of this show, but I'm very sure you're shocked to see my face. I mean, where's Maki? Where is Oge 4G? Or rather, Oge 5G? Where's Kabri? Where's Queen Esther? And where is Chichi? Well, they're taking a break because we are wrapping up the end of the show, particularly because, of course, the BBNaija show has ended. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your engagement. I mean, you kept the momentum going. If we didn't have such shares or likes or engagement, of course, we wouldn't be here analyzing weekly the BBNaija show. We started this particular season, the season 7, talking about interesting things we might likely expect in the season. Of course, we're right.
They had 22 last year because maybe COVID or trying to key into COVID and all that. But this year, I'm hoping, or I expect they have more numbers, to have better entertainment stories and, gist and more buzz.
Talking about more housemates probably featured in this season, and of course we got more housemates this season than in previous seasons. We saw interesting housemates and we analyzed and spotlighted them. We saw the likes of Hermes.
Okay. Marry. You they get side chick, get main chick. Constantly they tell us.
We just saw different housemates in their element, and of course we saw the introduction of 2 houses. I mean, this is the first time we're ever experiencing that in the BBNaija show itself, and the 2 houses were classified by you guys as the mainland and the island, the level 1 housemate and the level 2 housemate. We equally even saw the level 3 housemate as well at some point. We had to move on to the ships. What is a BBNaija show without the ships? So immediately we saw that, I mean, this season is quite spectacular because it felt like if you're not in a ship, you're missing out. So we saw ships springing up almost immediately. Aside even ships, I mean, there were plenty triangles and situationships in the house. And one ship that people really sort of liked, well, some called it toxic, some actually did like this relationship, the Shella ship, that is Shegs and Bella. From the night of the start of the season 7 show, I mean, the ship already began. It sailed all through to the very end of the show. First of all, this when I say there's a relationship or the ship between Bella and Shegs is actually growing. It's actually very strong. What is BBNaija show without the ships involved? So moving on away from the ships, one thing that contributed to a huge conversation during the BBNaija season 7 show was the disqualification of it. I mean, we've seen over time different disqualifications across different seasons, and mostly is as a result of the fact that they were probably angered or they're rude or they were very toxic towards our housemate. But in this case, it was because of who? Man, Adam. So it was because of Groovy, Beauty and Chomzy. Chomzy was in the level 1 house, while Groovy and Beauty were in the level 2 house, and it caused a lot of rift with them, which led to the disqualification of Beauty because she could not control her anger. And of course, we had to examine other seasons where this sort of behavior, this toxicity in quotes, has been exhibited across all seasons.
But for me, I think Beauty's one was more of, I think she was just being silly. But I don't see reason why you should fight over a man. Man, we boko.
And we sort of feel like, to a certain extent, it has sold for previous housemates. But in this time around, I mean, Beauty did not last. I think she just stayed probably 2 weeks. So we sort of caught the narrative that toxicity sells in the show. So moving on, when you have ships again, you have what? Betrayals. When you have situationships, again, you have betrayals. And you know what spiked this particular betrayal was because we had level 1 and level 2 housemates. So we had long distance relationship within the show. So we had situations where 2 friends are liking a guy. For instance, we had Amaka and Fina liking Eloswag at the beginning. And again, Amaka and Fina liking Groovy again. towards the later end of the show. We sort of felt that Fina and Amaka should have had a conversation on which guy they should go for and not just battling over a guy.
So I'm wondering why the girls cannot be upfront and tell each other that, see, I actually like this guy.
Why is it difficult?
Yeah. We just examine similar trends in the house as well. There's another thing again, aside shifts and situationships, we are also going to see the gbasgbos, the fights in the house. And we felt some were necessary and some were unnecessary. The necessary ones, of course, Shegs and Adekunle. And there were some that we just felt was not necessary because the basis of the fight were just very trivial because of a man. For instance, we had the Diana and the Chichi fight, which we felt was totally unnecessary. We had several fights in the show that we also felt was unnecessary. Now, let's move on to two major strategies that are used in the BBNaija show. We discussed that, of course. So we spoke about using either wealth or poverty as a strategy in the BBNaija show. Across all seasons, we have seen persons who emerge as winner always play the pity card, always play the trenches card, always play the streets, like I'm from the street vibe. But in this season, it was Shegs. Shegs was flaunting wealth into everybody. I own this, I have this, I'm Mr. Ikoyi. In fact, people say calling Mr. Ikoyi, this, that. Like the UK guy, always talking about the Queen of England and all of that good stuff. But people wanted something they could relate with. And that was, I mean, who they?
There's this, we tend to embrace this hustling spirit. So we feel like if somebody, you know, most times when you hear past housemates who have tried to sell poverty, they bring it from the perspective of, oh, I've been poor and I'm so glad I'm here now. So this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. So when we outside look at them, we're like, oh, this person has hustled, let me just help them. I like this person, like,
because we can relate.
Yeah. And
those are like the major strategies that housemates year in, year out use in the BBNaija show. And one very interesting conversation that we had was why fan support reduced this season. And trust me, that particular topic or that particular analysis from us, that got the highest number of engagement. I mean, persons who were not watching the show had something to say. Persons who were watching the show had something to say. Compared to previous seasons where you see fans, you know, going all out for their faves, we didn't really get much vibe. So we considered various factors that could have led to it. One of it is, of course, Sakpa. If you are not Nigerian, that is poverty.
Or hashtag something, or votes, I'm going to drop this amount for you to vote for this person. So I think the Sakpa is real this time around, and it's really affecting Big Brother house.
The fact that people, like, there's inflation in the land at the moment and people are trying to, you know, survive for their daily bread, and they could not afford to, like, spend similarly, like, spend lavishly rather on their housemates. And of course we have the elections that are around the corner next year, so people are all out for their political faves. So there was really not much attention paid to what was going on in BBNaija. So we actually explored that, and your remarks and engagement on that left us with our mouths open like towards the end of the show, talked about our top two faves, or the top two persons that we think will win the show. If you're watching this now, of course you know that the BBNaija show has ended and Fina was crowned the winner of the BBNaija season 7. Okay, so she has also been given her car, I believe 50 million naira worth of cash as well, and she has said that for now she's not going to be spending the money, but she's going to be using it for her parents' health treatment.
I've not actually thought of buying anything. The only thing I've been thinking of is my dad's leg and my mom's fibroid.
I just want to say from here to Fina, congratulations. It's so pleasing to see another woman aside Mercy win the BBNaija show. What is going to happen after this BBNaija show? We cannot wait for the reunion. We felt like there were so many unanswered questions. We felt like there were so many conversations that needed to be had and all of that stuff. So we're looking forward to the reunion. Some people are saying, or we're hearing rumors that we're not going to be having the BBNaija show again in Nigeria, that it's going to be moved outside the country, probably South Africa. Well, we'd love to see that because we have equally seen BBNaija shows taking place outside the country. We're watching closely the shifts that have been formed. Already, Fina and Groovy have mentioned that, or rather Fina mentioned that they've taken it a step back in their relationship or ship between Groovy because they just want to see how it goes. They don't want to rush anything. We're also looking at the Shellership. That's Shegs and Bella. I mean, from like the second week, they already started planning their baby names, their wedding, how big the wedding is going to be, what persons they're going to invite. In fact, they invited Ebuka. I hope they invite me as well. So we're going to be looking, is it going to be strong? I mean, after the show, they've said, oh, we're like strong as ever. Nothing's going to happen. I'm seeing marriage. Shegs that said they are seeing marriage, love, and kids with Bella. So we're going to be looking at that. And we're going to be looking at other ships. Are there going to be new form ships that we never saw in the show going to happen? What's going to happen with Hermes and Allison, knowing that Hermes has 2 girlfriends outside? That's still something we want to look at. And of course, Khalid and Daniela. There are just so many ships to look out for. And this is why we call it a wrap. Thank you so much for being a part of this particular journey with us. It has been fun with all of you. Thank you so much again for your likes, your comments. As usual, as Amaki said, follow us on Facebook, subscribe. I mean, again, she says subscribe. The comment section is there for you to also speak about. It's hard for me to say goodbye, but you know, there's going to be more engaging and interesting content on here from Premium Times. Entertainment, politics, business, just name it. Anything you want, we're going to give it back to you. So from my team members and I, from Oge Foji to Maki to Quinessa to Kabri and all the cameramen, this crew that actually put up this show, we say a big thank you to you. Again, this is BBNaija, Bands by Premium Times. I am Titilope Fadare.
I know that they like cooking chicken peri peri and just soup, you know, Shegs and Bella. Yeah. Oh, baby, do you want some egg? Baby, do you want some sausage? Baby, do you want some...
Wait, I want to ask a question. Does Bella really... you know that girl is an Onitsha girl. Does she really like those kind of chicken peri peri? Like,
when Bella comes out of the house.
You ask her? Why are you afraid of...
Come and say hi.
So we have like 3 men behind the camera. We have Mr. Willie.
Willie was the one you saw sitting here earlier that ran away.
Yes, he ran away.
Do I look fine? Yes, my face oily. Your face is fine, auntie. Let's continue. I mean, the fire was back for me.
You never know who's watching.
Okay, it's true. Sorry. You are beautiful. Let's continue. Titi will kill you.
It's easy. She's made for the poor. Have you seen Jello?
No, she's another woman. She cannot do it.
I can. How old is Jello? Jello goes on the pole.
Okay, if forget this camera.
If not for.
Amaka, behave now. 30 seconds.
Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh.